Okay, welcome back, ladies and germs.
Unfortunately, now we're flying there.
Hey, that's fine by me.
No, I didn't want to fly there. Whee! Welcome back to Mass Effect Dormitory. I'm Narcogen from Rampancy.net.
And I'm Blackstar, also from Rampancy.net. And here we are, continuing our exciting adventures in a game that apparently has just been shelved by the manufacturer. We do these pre-recorded, so we're not getting them, out the same day as events. But yeah, we just heard an announcement from the makers of this game, or should I say the studio behind this game, that they're actually going to be shelving it. Members of the
first of all,
assembly team has been reassigned to other projects.
Story. Let's not overreact here a little bit.
I have no reaction either way. I just find it surprising. But supposedly the word was that it didn't do as well as they would have liked. And they're shelving the IP, supposedly. I have no idea how valid the story actually is.
If the game had been an absolute runaway success, then you would expect to see announcements of sequel development starting immediately.
Right.
That apparently is not happening.
Nope, and they're pushing something else that they've been in development since 2014,
but that's
apparently.
That's separate. They were doing that anyway.
Well, no, that's the funny thing, but they really want to separate those two. They want to say, look, we're coming up with something totally different. It's not going to be like this thing. This is going to be different. And I think they're trying to separate the lack of success from this one from being associated with the new IP as much as possible. And that's not surprising.
The other thing that is more telling, if it is true, is that there was a note, again, in the Kotaku story that said that Bioware Montreal, which is the studio that developed this, their first new title, is again being converted into a support studio.
Yeah, they've been reassigned, quote unquote.
I'm picking up something.
Well, don't. You don't know where it's been.
Okay, so after we finished the last set of missions, it prompted me to go back to EOS because of reduced radiation, which I presumed was an invitation to do a bunch of side content, which it kind of was. Mm-hmm. And I went and did that, which actually was more fun than most of the other stuff we've been doing.
Well, man, we should have recorded that.
Well, no, see, it was fun. It was fun to do. Oh, Quarry,
but not so much fun to watch.
But I don't know that it was fun to watch. It wasn't very focused activity, and it still had all the same problems.
And we had focused activity.
And at the same time, a viewer has noted that this is becoming a let's make fun of.
Yeah,
Mass Effect.
And I've been trying to stop. To be honest, and they're absolutely right, and I feel very, very bad about it. I've been trying to inject all the things I like to it as much as the things we make fun of, and I'm having a hard time doing it. So you know what? That's my fault. I totally agree.
That's what I want to point out, is that if the suspicion is that this has now become a thing that we sit down with an intent to, let's look for things to criticize about Mass Effect Andromeda, I want to say that is absolutely not true.
Not true, yeah.
I know that lots of channels do go out of their way to find either bad games or to say bad things about games or to look for the bad things in games.
Yeah. And they're being critical.
And while we do criticize, and we spend a lot of time, nitpicking,
poking fun
about
making jokes,
Destiny and all the other Mass Effect games as well, but we're not looking for things to hate on. There's plenty of other channels that do that. The only game we really did that to, I mentioned it, was The Crew, and even The Crew,
that was intentional. That was totally outright intentional. We wanted to make fun of The Crew because it was so make-funnable.
It was intentional the way the videos came out, but I didn't download that with the intent of let's make fun of it. I wanted a racing game we could play co-op, and it just turned out the whole experience was so frustrating.
Was so terrible that it could be nothing but made fun of.
We didn't look for a game to bag on it.
Nope.
And we're not looking.
I've been saying from the get-go, I so wanted to love this game.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and I had never done that before, and I suddenly became a huge fan.
Right.
Huge fan.
You didn't care. You had no agenda going into that.
None whatsoever. And believe me,
Anomaly on sensors.
And we started actually doing a couple things that suddenly I got interested in. It's like, hey, okay, now it's getting interesting to me. But then it kept stumbling over its own self, and I'm trying to find things to love about this. I really am. And now that Narc's driving as opposed to me,
I
maybe
found
that's
something.
limiting me a bit. But the simple fact is the way things are
You might have control back at some point.
I know. It's just that the way things have been unfolding, the things I've been liking have not been continually rising. You know, it's not going an upward ladder of enjoyment. And I mean, we're still pretty early for this thing. I mean, there's so many people that have finished this and move on and whatnot, and we haven't yet. So there's still a lot to do, I hope. Hopefully not a lot of, you know, meandering type things like these things. I mean, these animations are really cool after a while, but I'm just hoping that something substantive comes along that we can get excited about, that we can be positive about. So I totally understand, and we can get off on tangents sometimes. I mean, everybody does. So I apologize if that was boring the heck out of people, because that was definitely not my intention.
Well, I don't think it was. I don't think it was boring them. I think what it was
ticking them off.
People had the idea that we were going into our play sessions with the intent of what can we find to criticize, and we really don't do that.
We just ended up doing that a lot.
In fact, it's one of the reasons why we've never done Halo 4 or Halo 5, because
this is true.
I saw no reason for those games to exist, and I was not interested in them. And if we did a session on them, it totally would be me looking to find fault with them.
And I have tried to get you into them, and at the time I did go through playthroughs, and I did enjoy aspects of them, and I kept saying, hey, if you want to bash it, fine, but you got to play it at least once. And we haven't done it, and I don't think we may never will, to tell you the truth. And in hindsight, though, those are games that I also played through and enjoyed at the time, but I haven't gone through subsequent replays.
Right, but
and
my problem,
that's telling a lot.
Yeah, my problem is basically is that I didn't really see the reason for those games to exist, because I considered that the Halo series that Bungie started was finished.
Had been wrapped up.
Right,
yeah.
and when you talk about a
and
new
I disagreed
story
at the time. I said, no, there's so much more to do. There's so much
new
more to
studio,
see.
And I think if they had committed to the approach that it seemed Bioware was committing to, then I would have been on board. In other words, if they had admitted that the Master Chief Cortana saga is over, it's time for a new story in the Halo universe, I would have been, okay, new studio, new story.
What can we do?
Let's see what it is.
Well, that's what they should have done, to tell you the truth.
But
in
instead,
hindsight,
because they decided to try and keep going with it, even though it was a different studio, I said, I don't need that. And I think if Bioware had said, we're going to bring Shepard back from the dead again, I also would have been not down for it. Whether it was BioWare Montreal or BioWare Edmonton, it wouldn't really have mattered. I would have said, no, you shouldn't be trying to continue a story which is finished. Unfortunately, it does seem like there's not enough continuity here, not in the story sense, but in the rest of things that are going on, in the systems, in the engine, in the narrative, in the people who are building this world, and the way they're telling about it. And they've also just launched cosmetic expansions and another bug patch as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you download it?
Yes, I did.
Anything good?
Before we did this, they fixed a bug where you used to be able to romance Cora and PB simultaneously.
Wow, that's another bug. That's a definite expansion pack.
Veteran Cora, I forget. But basically, yes, it was possible to have two lovers in the game, and they patched that out.
What?
Yes.
Oh, come on. We like to romance around. I would think that would be more true to form, because a lot of people do that. So you think in the future they would be even more liberal when it comes to relationship dynamics.
Nope, apparently not. And then they also added some...
Approaching the LZ.
Also added some athletic casual wear for Ryder, where you can
anything good?
have a sweatsuit.
Please don't tell me she has midriffs. No,
or something.
Headphones? Really? I was kind of expecting midriffs. You know, we're gonna go the Williams route.
I don't know. Jilly was making fun of it. That's how I saw it.
Ah, well, see, now if Jilly's making fun of it, and she is a diehard Mass Effect fan, then obviously it was worth making fun of.
Yeah, we've mentioned it before, but I think I was going to have Jilly and Malagate back on the episode again once I finish, once the Mass Effect 3 wrap-up has gone on, which is still being put together, because I'm pulling in a lot of video from other places.
Were we here before?
Yes.
Or is this... Okay,
well, there's unfortunately, right now in the journal, there's no clear signpost for the next major story. I think they've just opened it up to oh, go back to Eos because the radiation has gone away, and there's a bunch of little stuff to do there, and I guess I didn't do enough. But it did seem to indicate there was some follow-up to do back here on Voeld.
Okay.
I'm reading a severe temperature drop.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Ow.
Don't fall off.
Yeah, that was...
Whoa.
Oh.
Whew, that was close.
Be good. Get up. Thank you.
No, because I remember talking about the red lights in a cold environment and seeing kind of weird. Red light travels shorter distances. We're going to the office?
Yeah, we're supposed to meet with the resistance leader about something.
Again.
Have to meet with some mayor about some stuff.
I'm reading a severe temperature drop.
Didn't he mention that? I feel like I'm having a stroke.
I think Sam mentions it every time it happens.
Wow.
I love you too. Oh wait, you weren't talking to me. Sorry.
This'll work.
Gesundheit.
Have we gone all the way in here before? I think last time maybe we didn't get.
I didn't see
into
it.
the base.
No,
I think we did. I think we stopped at the ship.
Yeah. I'm getting a big Star Wars Empire Strikes Back vibe out of this.
To see you again, Commander Dozil.
And you, Jarl. You must be the Pathfinder who saved the Moshai. I'm Anyek Dozil, commander of this encampment. You're welcome here as an ally of the Angara.
Thanks. You're gonna have to write those names down because, man, I'm not gonna get the spelling.
Okay. Good to be here, Commander. What's the distinction between these two things?
One is logical,
I
one's
appreciate
emotional.
the warm welcome. It's a joke. To break the ice. Get it? Warm welcome? Ice?
Call that a joke.
Probably a translation thing.
Perhaps. Strange jokes aside, I hope you will join our fight against the Kett. We could certainly use the help. We've held the Kett at bay, but have been unable to deal a decisive blow. The longer things drag on, the greater our disadvantage.
By the way, what about the icon for that option was supposed to indicate to me that it was a dumb joke?
Yeah, to be honest, I think the writing would have said it all.
If your current approach isn't working, we'll need to find another one.
Our main problem is a lack of fighters. If you want to know where you can make a difference, go to the post that overlooks the valley. Nothing happens on Voeld without our lookouts knowing about it. Before you go, is there anything else I can help you with?
It's called Voeld. Why does it have an E in it?
How are you holding up against the Kett?
It hasn't been easy. We've had our victories, but we're a small force. Too small.
Didn't Ephra send recruits?
Most of them are young, untrained. If we want to beat the Kett, we need medics, technicians, and skilled fighters.
Then Ryder and I will help.
We will?
If the commander needs recruits, we'll find them.
I think they said experienced recruits? Where are we going to go pick up an army?
I'm an outsider. How could I convince anyone to join your resistance?
Yeah.
You may be an outsider, but Jarl is an experienced soldier with unmatched passion. He's inspired the will to fight in so many
Why
of us.
doesn't he do it?
And you're the hero who saved our Moshai. That carries weight.
For the people who know all the circumstances of the rescue.
Jarl's right. We can find the people you need.
I'd be happy to take anyone you send my way. You have my gratitude.
I feel
both
like
of
I'm
you.
being railroaded into saying things that don't seem logical for my character in order to go along with what it seems the game wants me to do.
That unfortunately has been a recurring theme throughout the whole narrative, I think.
Like it doesn't really seem to me like it would be logical for me to be doing their recruitment for them. Certainly, it seems logical for me to help.
Well, with the transportation, I can sort of understand. I mean, if they need to get these characters to and from, but then you just feel like a bus driver.
I was thinking it was about the questions about who to unfreeze first. Like, if she had logistical problems where it's like, okay, what do you need? You need logistics people, you need support people, you need fighters. Like, who should we unfreeze next? Should it be soldiers, or should it be technicians, or should it be medical personnel? But then it was like, oh no, we want you to talk to other people and recruit. Do they mean what? Other aliens or other Angarans or what?
Well, that's a complaint that I had before through the whole year or 14 months of them not being able to function correctly. I figured that there would be a whole order, the whole colonization process, and when things started going off the rails, they should have had contingencies for that. But in this circumstances, to be honest, you know what I kind of expected a surprise to be? And sooner or later, either like just before the end of the game or at some kind of big, huge point, there would be like a Ryder, a clone of Shepard that you unfroze and introduced to this universe.
No.
I was really expecting them to do something like that. I really did.
I think I could tolerate a cameo by a Shepard VI.
Right.
But no clone.
Well, that's why I kind of expected them to pick either male or female.
Been around?
Nearly as long as the Kett. With our military destroyed, civilians took the fight into their own hands. They formed the resistance as a final effort to retake our home.
It seems to be working.
Only since Ephra took over. His tactics gave us the push we needed against the Kett. But even now, we're a long way from winning.
As far as I can tell, asking about Shepard's gender is just so that at some point when a character, probably Sam, refers to them, it will be the right
you get
pronoun.
the he or the she correctly, yeah. Well, the other
I've
thing...
met Ephra. He's interesting.
He's never been good at first impressions. He can be stern, but he's exactly what the Resistance needs. Ephra took a scattered band of civilian fighters and molded them into an effective army. What success we've had against the Kett is entirely due to his leadership.
Most people seem to really respect him.
Because he would do anything for his people, he inspires the same in us. We may not always agree with Ephra, but we'd follow him to the end of the
I
stars.
think you're there already.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's my question, because they seem to disseminate information that the character knows to everyone they come across instantly. Has the information that they, in fact, are the Kett, has that filtered to everybody yet? Or did you go back a couple games? Or... I'm just curious, because that seems to be kind of like a shocking revelation that would have an effect on them and their tactics.
No one has addressed that. While I was tooling around on EOS in patrol mode, there is some spontaneous dialogue that's triggered between your fire team members.
Okay, because that seems like a major plot point to me.
Yeah. So what that was Jal talking a lot about the Krogan. He was talking to Drac about stuff, saying like, I've been reading Krogan history, and I'm like, where have you been doing that? I mean, it seemed to me it was like supposed to be giving players of this new game the background on the whole Krogan genophage thing that you might not have gotten if you had started with this game first.
Right, which hasn't been resolved from their perspective either. So.
It really does seem as if they were almost willing to get rid of all the old fans if they thought that they could bring in a new batch of fans that was bigger. But then you kind of have to fill them in on the things they don't know. At least the minimum.
About, yeah. Well, kind of an important detail, but yeah.
That's it for now.
I'll be here if you have any questions.
I have a few.
Okay, speak to the Resistance lookout.
Mm-hmm. Look out! There's Resistance!
Which I guess he's up here? There's nowhere I can put that beam thing where it's not kind of in the way.
Yeah.
So like now, before it was in the way of my subtitles, and now it's in the way of the compass.
Don't win a war without
Well, it's funny because I don't see it here, so
yeah, I know. Like,
Keep track of our brothers and sisters in the field.
Unfortunately, it'll be in the YouTube video. Oh, something to scan? Something to scan somewhere.
Something or someone?
On my way.
Something.
Ah.
Angara Integrated Tech Node.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not more protective of you doing that. It's like, hey, aren't you spying?
Yes.
What if somebody kills you and takes your little arm
totally
thingy?
spying.
Well, technically you are.
I just scanned a thing next to an intelligence officer. Hello, intelligence officer.
Oh, please, you're actively scanning the intelligence officer. Would you think he would have a reaction to?
Hey, look, it's okay. I told the vice president, and I'm registering as a foreign agent.
Mm-hmm.
Topical humor.
Yeah. Man, we're just going through everybody's iPads.
Shalesh. I apologize, Olisk. My pilot says she made the supply drop at the nav point. I can't figure out why they never reached you. I'll have Anya try again with a new shipment free of charge. The Resistance won't starve over a technical issue.
I'm sorry, aren't any of these things password protected?
Looks like supplies aren't getting through to the Resistance.
Olisk is in charge of requisitions.
I mean, I can't pick up my own iPad or iPhone without screaming me for a password of my thumbprint every 5 minutes.
Oh, and I mistakenly sent Drac and Jal over there to stand in the corner. I didn't mean to do that, guys. Sorry.
Oops. Nobody puts Jal in the corner.
Well, except I did.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for Drax to start screaming, I am Krogan!
Just standing in the corner.
So mean.
Extreme cold is
Okay,
detected,
so here's the lookout.
Pathfinder.
So I guess the other part of the play surface in this world is
Environment
this.
check.
Oh,
Temperatures are within acceptable
But I
parameters.
brought the snacks last time.
But I never get care packages from higher, do I?
Life support
Whoa, didn't mean to sneak up on you.
if I did, you're a lousy lookout.
It's the Pathfinder. We heard about how you punched the Kett. Punched them right in the exaltations.
That's just
So
me. Cat puncher.
amazing.
Shut up, Beniska. You're embarrassing.
You shut up. I'm being
No, you
charming,
shut up.
Right?
Well, you're great.
The Angara have been wonderful to us, including yourself. So thank you.
See? We're building bonds here to seek.
So, what's out there? Any tips?
As a start, you could join our fight in Hajara, where those red lights are. I hear someone's looking for help.
Or you could just go there and kill some Kett. They're everywhere.
Anything else you need to know? We've been stationed here forever, so we're experts.
The Mass Effect writing and design team, everyone. Have a good hand for the Mass Effect Andromeda writing and design team.
Remember, we're not trying to make fun of this.
Well, you know what? I see. I
Hey,
was
ask about the red lights. I want to know.
My first urge was to say that, and then I said, "No, that's too negative. Don't say that." And then I'm like, "What? I'm not going to start second guessing what I think." I mean, I didn't go. I
No,
didn't
you
come up
shouldn't.
behind
You
these
shouldn't.
two guys thinking I'm going to find a way to make fun of them. They wrote
Well, I
that
think-
dialogue, and they let it get
I
into this
think one-
game, and
They did. I think one of them's a female, though, so I don't know if that counts for guys. But yeah, ask about the red lights. I want to know.
Those red lights. You said that's Hajara?
Yes, Hajara Station, one of the Dar in the valley. It's a small community, mostly scientists.
Nerds.
There's people there that might need help if you haven't checked it out already.
How does anyone live out here?
Why so surprised? We've adapted to this weather.
Those lights are conspicuous. Don't the Kett attack?
We've adapted to that too. The Kett want to take us alive, so we fight to the death. It seems to deter them.
Hajar is only one of the Dara, Pathfinder. Marklar.
Reasons. Yeah, alien facility.
What's that alien facility on that mountain over there?
That's the Kett Command Center. We have constant eyes on it.
But they don't
What's
see
its
you.
purpose?
It controls Kett operations on the entire planet. There's always ships coming and going.
I came face to face with the prefect there. Meanest, motherless Visan I ever saw.
Even the Kett seemed afraid. We don't have much intel on her, though.
Sam, fire a nuclear weapon at that facility right now. Thank you. Yeah, why don't we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit?
Do you know of any remnant sites or ruins?
I think so. Actually, I don't know.
Seek, do you ever read the dailies?
No, you'll tell me if I need to know something.
The dailies
No,
are fake
where is
news. No.
Tall lights, over on your right somewhere.
Tall light. Wow.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Take care. Stay safe.
You be safe too, Jarl Amadarov. Has your sister recovered from her mission? She was brave.
So brave.
She is. Both recovered and brave. Thank you
Brave
for asking.
and recovered. She's recovered her braveness.
Tempest, we're going to need the Nomad. My position.
Soka's
Deploying forward
Nephones.
station. Good luck, Ryder.
Okay.
I'm waiting for them to drop the
Activating
Nomad on their
automated forward station
two new best
deployment.
friends.
Temperatures are below freezing. And
Oh, okay. See,
continuing to fall.
I was disappointed that maybe we wouldn't get to drive around in the snow
But guess what?
because there wasn't one of these things.
Mines
But yeah,
and
you just had to
region
walk
are
through the
available,
base to get to the other
Pathfinder.
side.
I've added them to your
Okay,
map
see,
system.
now my first inclination, though, is to
I'm reading
totally
a
grief the
normal
people we just
temperature
met
range, Pathfinder.
by running them
Life
over.
support is
I
back
think
online.
they have enough problems of their own.
I do. Well, just think if they try to
Sam,
jump and
what's
dodge
Voeld
out of the
got
way,
for us?
they're going to fall off that cliff.
Cat activity appears to be centered around this large central command post.
Great.
According to
Fire
Resistance
rockets.
intelligence, the base coordinates all Cat military efforts on Voeld.
And taking it down will cripple their operations.
In theory, However, given the trouble the Angara resistance has had infiltrating the base, it will not be a simple task.
Why don't we nuke the whole
I
base?
recommend a more cautious approach that starts with the investigation of smaller Kett installations.
What about the Angara, the Resistance? What's their status?
Resistance dispatches indicate there is someone in Hojara who needs help. We could visit Tekix, a larger and more established Angara Dar that is nearby.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sam.
Pathfinder, Voeld's temperature range is fixed well below freezing, with pockets of even more severe conditions. This necessitates the use of the Nomad. I advise against prolonged exposure to the cold.
Got
Wow,
it.
I'm so
Don't
glad you're
crash
here
the
to
car.
tell me
Our
these things.
scans have detected remnant monoliths, which suggests the presence of a vault.
That means we might be able to melt this ice cube. Alright, we've got our work cut out for us. Let's
How
get
do
going.
we know it's not natural for this world to be an ice cube?
Not to mention, didn't they just say that they've adapted to this environment? What
Like-
happens if we go start messing it around with it?
That's like, I merely mentioned that it was freezing in the princess chambers. It's supposed to be freezing.
Temperatures are below freezing and continuing to fall.
Oh, switch off.
Did your people have plans to settle here? You seem easily affected by the cold. I'd live here, but then I could probably
We haven't found the
anywhere.
Canadian arc yet. Oh, is this a thing? Okay, I can drive off this. Wow, visibility is crap. Like, good thing these
Well,
lights are here.
If it wasn't, well, see, that's just it. It seems kind of. I'm sorry, is this supposed to be a Pathfinder joke? You know, because obviously we found somebody else's path.
Yeah, this seems like it's already been path-found.
I mean, seriously.
And I'm
so much for
assuming
exploring.
I'm assuming
Follow
that
the
the
yellow brick
fast
road.
cold functions here the way the radiation does on EOS. And I gotta say, it was so much more enjoyable going around and doing minor things on EOS
Yeah.
with
We're
the
out
radiation
the worst of
gone.
it. Temperature
I
should be
really
manageable
think
now.
it was a mistake for them. Oh, are these? Okay, there's some Kett. Let's do this. Let's kill some dudes.
Here they come!
You think it'll help?
No, not really, but.
I need help here.
Oh, okay, I dropped him. I meant to throw him.
Ooh.
Okay, he's dead now.
Now, obviously, you can scan the remains. Uncharted Bioreader.
Is there somebody else above me?
Pathfinder, this way.
No, Pathfinder this way. Throw him off the cliff.
There.
Oh,
guess-
you tried.
Yeah, I tried. I think I held on to it too long, and once you do that, you've got to let go of it, and then you've got to double hit the button for the throw, because the throw is a 2-bumper. You can't just
Yeah.
add the second bumper. It doesn't work.
I'll have to practice.
Scott, they almost got past me.
Easy. Are you alright?
Better now that those Kett are dead. Ah, I thought I could lead them the other way. If you hadn't come along, they'd be halfway to our
Are you
camp
saying
by
they
now.
haven't found you? You left a trail of lights to your base.
I know, there's a lot about
Are you
this.
hiding?
That makes no sense.
How bad are you hurt? Can you make it back?
It'll be comical, but I can walk. And I know a secret route to the camp. Just wide enough for one. I can get back faster than your rover.
Have the Kett tracked down the Resistance here?
No, these scum caught a signal flash and were too stubborn to ignore it. You didn't give them time to report in. All their superiors will know is that they went missing in the blizzard.
Minus the bullets. Which, excuse
What are
me,
you doing
don't
out
they have
here?
thermal sensors they could see
I'm
them?
just a
I mean, if you
scout.
could see the base,
I'm
they can
supposed
see
to
you.
make sure the Kett get lost out here and stay lost. But they were more prepared than I thought. I got careless.
We have to keep going.
Go. I'll roll the Kett bodies off the cliff before
Oh,
I head
see,
back.
she asked for a ride. I thought there was going to be an option to drive them back, but I
Well,
guess
no, she said she could get back faster than your rover, so obviously she didn't
right.
need a ride. That's what I drew out of it anyway.
would have been logical to do it, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want it, then-
Okay, so what do we
Alright.
like about fighting on Hoth?
Well, I don't know. See, it's obviously very realistic to make visibility be very bad, but it's not that much fun to play that way.
Well, I just think you don't have a lot of room on this cliff to maneuver. That's my biggest.
Yeah, I'm unclear. I mean, there have been some big drop-offs that you can survive, but I'm not sure.
But
like, is that playable
more realistic.
area? You know, I think. You know what? I think it is.
I don't think so.
I think it is. It is.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, it is more realistic than Mass Effect 1, which you could just fly off of mountains or rocks.
Here. Okay, so there's a Kett ship over there.
Does look fantastic though. I think it looks great.
Okay, and this is cold hazard level 1, so I think I can get out without dying out here.
You hope.
Oops, sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to do that.
Wow, there goes the treaty.
I'm still thinking of the old wheel where you hold down the bumpers to change weapons, and you're supposed to hit the. Is that a T-Rex over there? What is that?
Hey, life finds a way.
Dinosaurs in the cold.
It's a snow lizard. Come on, man. It's aliens. New galaxy.
Mineral nearby.
Oh well, let's stop all the anti-Kett thing and worry about the undocumented mineral.
Oh well, of course. I mean, come on. What are we really here for? Let's be honest.
Is it behind it?
Slightly.
To my left.
Don't fall through the ice. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a real pain if you could fall through the ice.
I don't know. That'd be kind of cool if like you could shoot it and melt it and then end up falling in. That would be an interesting attention to detail.
Oh, now it says it's to my right.
Right, left, right. Damn waypoints. I think it'd be quicker in the vehicle.
Oh, and it's supposed to be like right here.
Nomad it up. Is it the spiry things?
I don't know. I thought it was closer than that, but maybe it is that. Yeah, I'm kind of on top of it now. It might be it. Ah, okay, it was in there.
Ah, it was
lithium.
in the thing. Yeah,
that's just lithium. Have we?
Look, Kett set up camp.
No, that's not it. We've seen lithium before, I think.
Oh, all right.
Ah, wait, there's something over here. Okay, that was it.
Oh, all right. So we were close. Just
yeah, we were
not
close.
Close
It was the next mineral over.
I can't believe this. There's minerals laying all over the place.
Yeah, we were mineral adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we want to get a little closer before we engage these jerks.
There's a periodic table joke in there somewhere. Yeah, they'll never see us coming through this big wide open field. Oh, is that one of their vehicles? Was that moving?
Yeah, you can't use them though. If you go to EOS now, there's this bunch of Kett camps everywhere. Little structures, these vehicles.
Really?
Every camp
I'd be worried about them more using them.
Full of exploding barrels. It is not even funny. They're practically made out of exploding barrels.
Is that a good thing? Well, here's the trick. I would think that there would be something tactical, or with your bio powers that you could like detonate them all at once.
The other thing I've noticed is that it's also possible in a lot of cases to engage at extreme range without response.
Nice. That's the way I like to do it.
I got a lot closer here than that.
I thought so. I mean, this is a sniper. Ah, don't shoot him. It's our guy.
Yeah, but the trick is that your sniper does have a max range, so you have to make sure that you're within the sniper's range and that they don't answer. But it's quite possible.
Yeah, you're only 73 meters. That's pretty short as far as snipers go.
Yes. Well, it seems to peg out at 199. If it gives you a reading of 199, then that's like out of range.
200 meters. Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah, but you're at half
142. That. Yeah, but look, that says 94.
94. Yeah, that's pretty close. I'll flank him on the right. What are we looking at? Is he still there? I don't see anything.
He's behind.
Oh, he's behind the box.
He's behind
It's
the box.
funny because the graphic icon looks like he's a lot closer. He should be like right there. Oh, he's hiding behind the thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's behind the near wall.
Yeah,
That's it.
that looked weird for a second.
Good work.
You're getting a little
my
nippy. You
life
may want to
support,
head
yeah.
back.
Well, I gotta get to a heater. That's all I need.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, see? Now I can recharge and then I can run back.
Nice.
Normal temperature range, Pathfinder. Life support is stable.
Your mom's stable.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Okay, anything else obvious over here? Oh, there's some more remains. Okay. Yeah, see these things? There's like several different kinds of explodable things.
Really?
Yeah, there's like green ones that do poison, blue ones I think are like EMP ones, purple ones, red ones.
Wow,
So, like,
all the colors of the rainbow.
yeah.
The
All
more
right.
you shoot.
Let's get back in the Jeep.
The Nomad. I don't know, that thing makes me very mad. What was that? You had a
If
button panic, didn't you?
Try to get in the vehicle before it's close enough, you do a melee lunge.
Right into the ground?
Yeah.
Startled me there.
Okay, so and yeah, see these things, these chests icons here. These are
Yeah.
caches, and these show up now all over EOS as well. You go there, and there's usually like a few enemies and some boxes to open. All right, so this is the missing supplier. I guess that's the closest. All right, let's head for that.
So we've got a viability range of 12%, so we have to increase our viability of attacking.
Well,
is that
basically, like almost anything we do in the area will increase the viability of the planet. Finding caches, killing enemies. Whoa, okay.
Running into giant spire trees, tree spires. I don't know if we have a name for those things yet. Giant dinos. Or medium dinos. He looks taller. Yeah, that's about
and you
max
notice
range.
He's not really
Stunned. There
not
we
really
go.
responding at all. And
Oh my God.
he's gone. He evaporated.
Wow, he disintegrated under the weight of this heavy snowdrift.
Yep.
Okay, good to know. Do they have a name? Did you run into those before?
No idea.
Looking for big game out here. We had Thresher Maws. Gotta kill one to prove you're of age.
And if you didn't kill
He
it,
killed you.
Then you didn't live longer.
seems like you could skip the battle and keep alive.
If you call that living.
Okay, some Kett
Little
over there.
cultural problems.
Some Remnant over here.
God, who do we shoot? I can't make up my mind.
The Remnant, even more than the Kett, seem to just like not engage beyond a certain distance. It's like
Perfect.
so you can get this close and just snipe away
just
until they're all
drill
dead,
away.
and it's it.
My favorite kind of game. See, I found something new about this I liked.
It's like that joke about what name one positive thing of toddler murder. It's like it's easy.
Oh, wow, that is awful.
That's actually a South
Ramsey
Park.
does not
That's
support
actually a
the
South Park quote.
idea of toddler murder. Is it? It sounds like something Funk would say.
Notice also they have these same animals, like those creeper things that they're living on the desert planet and they're also living here.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty darn adaptable life form,
Hey,
I gotta say.
if you can live here, you can live anywhere.
No, the other thing that lives everywhere is Scourge, apparently.
Yeah, have we heard more information on that in your travels off camera?
No.
Okay, good to know. Not missing anything. Whatever this scourge is, it seems to scourge it up. Remnant obviously don't like it either.
Pathfinder, I detect Kett among this salvage.
Okay. We're kind of going in the opposite direction of where I wanted to go.
You're much larger than the rest of the initiative species.
You'd think that'd help. Don't trust small people. Do anything to get their shots in.
Now, see, I have to admit, I find the chatter between Jal and Drac to be about the most entertaining
or interesting
thing in the game.
Forward station deployment.
Some of my parts weren't made for these temperatures.
It's not that cold. Let it go.
Are you going the right way?
Let it go. You actually had your protagonist say "let it go" on an ice planet.
Yep. Hey, I'm waiting for them to break into song.
Yep, me too. Me too.
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
Okay. We won't be doing that right away.
We could do it later.
So wait, what's that? Like, that's the FOB. This is a waypoint. Is this?
Life support at 100%.
Okay, so there's something over here. Okay. This is Hajara.
Mostly focusing on Voeld's geology.
Let's see if someone here needs help.
Anybody need help?
I do.
Well, that looks like a Kett vehicle, so I find it weird that Jal is saying, let's see if anybody needs help. I think probably somebody does need help. They've probably been lightly killed.
I need to be lightly killed.
Okay, I can't even pull out my weapon here, so I guess not. I guess this is a...
Ice everywhere and they hang on to that piece. What's so special about it?
Someone around here probably knows what that ice is for.
I hear the researchers here drill into the ice in order to study it.
Is it in fact ice, though? Or is
I'm
it
waiting for Drac to make fun of people for studying ice.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
An entire Kett base.
Life support
So you're
restored.
just giving up on me.
Dialogue collisions.
No, I'm Ryder, not Stars.
You're the one who saved the Moshai. We've all heard. Hitting the Kett where it counts has really helped our morale.
Man, this whole species is psychic.
Finding allies in the Angara has been a great boost for us.
We are united by our struggle against the Kett. My grandmother used to say that the mingling of shed blood makes family as surely as birth. Want to kill more Kett? I need someone to rescue my Uncle Nilch. I'm not a fighter yet, or I'd go myself. If the Kett move him from the labor camp, we'll lose him forever.
I'd like you to know I'm feeling very depressed.
I'll get your uncle.
Here's the nav point of the labor camp. Please hurry. Nilch may not have much time.
Yeah, should I work on a Marvin effect?
I can't see the menu because the beam thing is in the way.
Well, it's funny. I haven't. Oh my god. Well, your selecting galaxy map is about 20 seconds delayed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Are you sure you're set up on FTL in the box or quick response in the box or something?
There's no box for that. I mean,
there's no option for it.
No.
All right. Well, here. Tell you what. Let me close that browser
window
and try this one.